SMP. Next, for our second keynote speaker, let's welcome with a big round of applause, Professor Dr. Sajan Kumar Ghosh. Professor Dr. Sajan Kumar Ghosh, time is yours.
Are you ready? Very good morning. Excellent. Respected Mr. Darmodo Hadi, the Director of Education, Mr. Budi Santosa, Head of the Central Java Education Department, other dignitaries, Professor Elizabeth, Mrs. Pranuti Ghosh, Ms. Putri, my team members, and there are also team members from UIN Wali Sangho. And I must mention the name of Professor Musa Hadi, who is the rector in UIN Wali Sangho. Professor Musa Hadi is the chief coordinator of our mission in Indonesia. And Professor Eli also the joint chief coordinator of this mission in Indonesia. And the schools who are attending here, different schools, madrasas, and of course, SMP SMA Al Quran Tadpadu Al Hamidiyah. Teachers and my beloved students. I was really amazed how a school can organize such a wonderful program. Starting from the reception, I was amazed to see the reception by the students and so disciplined. It's really excellent, and I must congratulate you for the excellent reception you have made today, this morning. We are overwhelmed. But why we have come here to your school from more than a few thousand kilometers? We stay in Kolkata, India. It's the eastern part of India. India is a big country and we have 1.4 billion people and possibly the maximum population in the world. And Indonesia and India has always a very good relationship since 1945, your independence. And you know that the independence of India and Indonesia is just 2 days apart, 2 days apart. Our Independence Day is 15th August and your Independence Day is 17th August. But 1945 and ours is 1947. But from my childhood, we knew the name of your head of the country because we had always a very good relationship with our government and your government. And of course, in the name also there are similarity. Indonesia, India. We come just one after beside. Yeah. So you know, We have come here for a specific purpose. I have number of work, but for a couple of years, the purpose for which we have come here to visit your school, to see you all, is to change you, to change your behavior. What is that behavior? If I have a vest in hand, the first thing which came to your mind, oh, it doesn't work, it is not having any value, and throw it away. Not in my house, but either on the road, on the drain, on the riverbed, or on the sea beach. And that's the way we created a huge dump site. Like Mr. Budi was referring that only in your locality, nearly 700 ton to 1,000 tons of waste is generated every day. Think of the amount. Maybe the number doesn't strike much, unless and otherwise you can see how much is the waste. 1,000 waste means the area, the stage where we are sitting, nearly half of the place with this height will be covered by 1,000 tons. Now think of it. Every day you are generating 1,000 tons of waste. So in 1 month, how much? This will be filled and half of this will be filled. And this is the way we are creating small hills of the waste. And I'm quite sure that you have also seen the dumping ground in your place. Do you know the dumping ground where it is? Where the waste is dumped? What's the name of that place? Yes? Please come out. What's the name of the place? The dumping ground? Anybody? Yeah, Mr. Bedu is telling. Manu? Could you hear him? Manurek. That is a place I will request you to visit once and stay for 3 hours. It is not possible for you to stand for 10 minutes. Why? Stink. It smells. It is polluted, the whole place. But think of the person who are working in that place. There are a number of people who are working in this place and they are earning their livelihood. So, you know that our purpose of coming over here is the children. I have research work in nearly 40 countries. I go around. But what I have seen, the habit of senior people to change is very tough. If I ask a senior person that don't throw it away, then they will listen to me. But after going out of the door, they will think, oh, it's not possible. So this is in your mind, in your thought process, that waste, throw it away. But that pollutes our environment. That gives problem to all of us. That gives problem to the government, that gives problem to the people, general people, that gives problem to each and every individual, and not only the human, but also, do you eat fish? Yes or no? You like it? Do you eat meat? Chicken? But do you know that whenever you are eating fish, eating chicken, eating meat, you are not only eating meat, fish or chicken, but you are eating fish, and fish, meat and chicken, and a number of very, very small pieces of plastics. Do you know that? Where from? Where from? The name of that is microplastic. How it is created? Like, you know, plastic carry bag, plastic bags, and many other plastic material. After you use it, you throw it away. And ultimately this thrown away material, through drain, through air, wind, through river, it goes to the water body, in river or in the ocean. And what happens? If you put plastic somewhere, it never degraded. If you put some food waste on the soil, if you go after 10 days, the food is vanished. Because this is degraded in soil, some microorganism. You cannot see that. And it doesn't harm us. Sometimes it is good for the soil. But if you keep the plastic there, if you go after 10 days, 10 years, 10 months, 10 years, if nobody takes it out, then the plastic will be as it is. It will not degrade. But what happens? With the sun, heat, wave, weathering, this plastic becomes hard. So if you take that plastic and duly try to crush it, this will be crushed. And it becomes a very, very small pieces of plastics. And similar way, whenever it goes to the river, ocean, and any water body, this same thing happens, and this crushed small pieces of plastics and other material, this floats into the water. And who stays inside the water? Who stays inside the water? You? No, then? Fish. So whenever fish swims, they takes in water. And they takes in not only water, but also water and the microplastic. So the microplastic this way goes inside the stomach of the fish. And that fish, whenever it comes to your house, you cook it, and very tasty food, and you eat it. So during that time, you are eating fish and microplastic. Is it good? No. Okay. And not only it is bad, but also it creates a lot of disease, carcinoma, cancer, many other things. The similar way, the trash which we are throwing away, when the animals go, they search for food, and sometimes they swallow it. The similar way as the fish, the plastic, microplastic goes inside the, we call this hen or goat or cow or any other animal. The similar way, the microplastic goes inside them and we eat it. So do you think that microplastic should be there? No? Then what to do? Who created microplastics? You. We. So the solution is in your hand. What is the solution? Solution can be not to throw away plastics or any other material. If you have waste, instead of throwing it away, you think that that is a valuable material. I'll show you how it can be a valuable material. And that's why we have come here. And Sarah was telling, you know that this mission is mainly for the school children and their teachers. Because teachers can act as a change agent for the society. Because they can change the mind of the students. And students are our next generation in the school. So if you can, I'm telling about the teachers, if you can change the mindset of one student, it is multiplied. Like the student will go to their home, first they will ask their parents, we must have the waste management in my home. And this way it will be spreaded to the society. This will be spreaded to the village. The student will talk to their friends. I am practicing it. Why you are not practicing this? This is a bad work. So this way, the mission activity, the waste management activity will be expanded. Can you do that? Can you talk to your friends? Can you tell them not to litter any waste? Excellent. But your question will be, where will put the waste? And the solution, I'm very happy because you know that from last 2 months in our mission, there is one part is bin culture adoption, waste bin. And very recently, we have incorporated the white bin into our system. And I'm very happy. In other schools, whenever we went, they were not very much prepared. So what they do is, they put some sticker on either black or red, white bin. But here I am very happy that the school is so ready that they have put all the 5 bins. Green, white, blue, black, red. And these are the destination for your waste. Any waste, you have to put it. Green waste. Green, can you see the color here? What is the first color? First one, left hand side, is the green, there also. You know that the green bin is made, this is also in the rules of Indonesia. As per rule, you have to do it. So the first bin, green bin, you have to put the food waste. Whenever you are taking food, lot of food waste is generated. Fruits, there are a lot of waste. So put it in the green bin. So which type of waste you will put in the green bin? Yes? Tell me. Which type of waste you will put in the green bin? Excellent. Which waste? Food waste. Which waste? Which? Food waste. So food waste, fruit waste, vegetable waste, you will put in the green bin. Then the third one is blue bin. As per Indonesian rule, it can be blue or it can be yellow. So in the blue bin, you know what is this? What is this? Microphone. What is this? Whenever this does not work, we call all this no mobile, no microphone, no paper, but we call this as, do you know what do we call? In your language? We called, somebody told. Yeah? What is it? Bolo? Sampah. So that time, we call all this as sampah, waste. So these are all dry waste. These are not food waste. These are dry waste and we can recycle it. So all this type of waste, paper, electronic waste, metals, plastic, everything should be put in the blue bin. So which are the materials we should put in the blue bin? Yes? Please, Bolo, tell me. Which type of waste you have to put in the blue bin? Yes, you? Right. And textile, paper, pen, plastic, all the dry waste which can be recyclable are put in the blue bin. Excellent. We can see another one. Acha. Now whenever you are putting the dry waste in the blue bin, you know that some dry waste is dirty, some dry waste can be very clean. Will you touch the dirty waste? No. But if it is very clean waste, you can touch it. And you can make different recycled product. So that's why in our mission we have kept a bin, white bin. Can you see the white bin? So in the white bin, whenever you are putting the dry waste in blue bin, the clean dry waste you will store in the white bin. Is it clear to all of you? The white bin should be used for storing dry waste which you will use for making different recycled product. Different recycled product. You have already displayed some. Then you can see one black bin. You know battery? Where you use the battery? Where do you use the battery? Excellent. You know there is a battery also inside, right? Very good. You are very intelligent. You know that there is also a battery inside. So the types of material, like battery is very hazardous. Battery waste will go to the black bin. Right? You know painting? The painting is also very dangerous. Solvents, chemicals and other things. So this is also hazardous. So all the containers of the painting should be put in the black bin. Okay, so the hazard, like say expired medicine. Don't take expired medicine. It should be disposed of. And black bin. So in the black bin, you can put expired medicine, batteries, different hazardous material, paint container. Okay? Can you remember? Yeah, tell me which type of waste to be put in the black bin? Yes? Go? Yes? Excellent. There is a red bin. The red bin is used mainly for keeping waste like say diapers, sanitary napkins, and those materials, this type of materials will be put in the black bin, red bin. And we advise that the red bin should be placed beside the washroom, ladies' washroom, so that that does not damage other places. So that means you have how many bins? 5 bins. What are the colors? And you can remember what are the materials to be put? Excellent. So today you will have a bin culture adoption by our madam and here also, later on, after my speech. But the problem is, you will ask me, sir, what we will do with the waste which is now stored in the bins? First, the green bin. Can you change the slides? I'm not going into the detail, you know this. Next. Go ahead. These are all different informations I have put in the slide. This will be shared with all the schools by Hamidiya School so that you can show to your teachers and the students. But I am going to some of the areas only. Next. Okay. Just hold it. I'm coming back to the bin. So you know this mission, I was just telling that I have researched in 40 countries, I would go around and I have seen that changing the habit of seniors is difficult. So that's why I launched this mission, Catch Them Young. What is that? The name? Catch Them Young. Who are the young? All sitting here. So we have to catch these young. What for? Zero waste and circular economy in campus. We have to make your campus zero waste campus. And your teachers and students must have the vision that your campus must be made zero waste. And not only Hamidia, but also all the school. I'll request you, maybe one teacher, 5 teacher or some student, please convey this message to your principal and other teachers and students. Try to make your school zero waste. I like what Mr. Budi was telling, that this is really a problem not only for the government, this is a problem for the society, this is a problem for each person. If the schools can target for making their school zero waste, then many of the waste will not go to the dump site, will not go to the environment. So that's why this mission was started on 30th January 2024 with only 11,000 students and teachers in 10 schools. And do you know how many students and teachers are working with me in this mission today, including your school? 532,000 students and teachers. So it is little more than 500,000 students and teachers are working in this mission. And where from? Indonesia, Philippines, India, Nepal, Brazil, Georgia, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and South Sudan. And it will expand it more. And I'm very happy that the head of the education department and other officers here, we need the support from the education department to expand it to more schools. Because you know that many schools are not very positive minded like the media. So if there is some support from the government that yeah, go ahead and do this, this is a need of the society, then more school will be coming ahead. And that will not be only benefit of the government, that will be the benefit of the society. And each of the students and teachers in those schools will be able to contribute to the protection of the environment. And that's the need of the day. So, this nearly more than 500,000 students, teachers in different schools in different countries are having the bin culture adoption. They are using the materials into the bin. Now what you will do with the material in green bin? You know that composting? Have you heard composting? Who heard composting? Just raise your hand. Yes? Raise your hand. Who heard composting? Anybody? Nobody. Who is from the science? Any teacher from science here? Raise your hand please. Science teacher? Yeah. Do you know composting? Yes? Okay. So the teacher knows composting means that students also definitely knows composting. Composting is a simple thing. The food waste, the vegetable waste which you are producing, put into green bin, and those waste, there is a small cage, composter. You can make it. I have designed one composter. I can give you the design, you can make it. It's very simple and not it is cost effective. Those material every day you put there, and some organism creative mixture. In 1 month to 45 days, this waste will be converted into fertilizer. And this fertilizer, the schools are using for their gardening. No chemical fertilizer. So in that way, the green waste, you are converting into some usable product and the waste becomes zero. So this is the way you can make your school zero waste school. The waste which is produced, process it, make a new product and make zero waste. And whenever you are making new product, if you use it, you can also sell it. This compost is sold at rupees 10 to 20 Indian rupee per kg. That means it will be, a few thousand rupiah in Indonesia. This is called circular economy. You are bringing economy from the West. This is the green waste. What about dry waste? The dry waste, I'll show you some of the photos. Can you just go ahead with the slides? You will find number of photos in the slide. Number of students are holding the different photos. And you can see the photos in the slide that next. Go ahead. Look, just back, one slide back. Yeah. You know that you can see a doll here. This doll, the students in the mission are selling at 250 Indian rupee. You have a website, a network. 250 Indian rupee means how much rupiah? Just see. 250 INR in IDR. Just write it. So you know what is the material they have used? Top and bottom, coconut shell. They took the coconut shell, cut it, and top and bottom. The rest, body and others, they use different cardboard papers, waste paper. And here, the wool, waste wool, and painted. So this is one of the recycled product by our students. And I wish that these students will also make this type of product. Next, you go next, you will find a lot of photos. Next. Go. Next. Yeah, you know that these are the different schools who are organizing this program. Many of our schools also organize rally. The students walk on the road and they, with the placard, they shout that environment protection is needed, waste management is needed, circular economy is needed, all these things. Teachers, students, go ahead. Next. Then, these are all teachers, students with the placard. Next. Yeah. This is a very unique thing in our mission. All the teachers and students, they take an oath with us. Oath. Because you have to be committed. So for that, oath paper was sent, no? Oath paper was sent. Oath paper. So you get some printout, okay, all right. So this oath is taken by each of the students and teacher in the school. And that's only a 1.5 minute oath. But by the taking the oath, the students and teachers will be charged. And see, 1600 students and teachers taking the vote at the time. Big. There are. Okay, next. Yeah, just go back once. You know that this is the way our school put the list of the waste, which should be put in the green bin, waste bin, yellow bin, and red bin, black bin. Because you know, this is a learning for the teachers and students that every day if they see, then they can put in the mind. Otherwise, in many countries you will see that number of bins, but people commit mistake. Instead of green food, they put it in the yellow or in the blue. The whole thing is jeopardized. So in that way, the school behind the bin, you can make this type of list with the same color of the bin. Next, yeah, this is a bin culture adoption. We will do it here now. Next, yeah, there is also a plantation in each of the school. We plant at least 1 or 2 plants so that the students has the attitude to plantation. Next, yeah, this is a program like today in different schools. Our people are addressing. Next, yeah, see, these are the different types of products our students make. So many. And I will tell you, I have made some of the machines which I got the patent. I'll show you a little later. But thing is that now, if you think, how can I make it? But once your teacher give you assignment and try, you don't know what innovation you have in your mind. Excellent products they made. And like in one day, I went for one school, they displayed number of products which the students made. One product attracted me, Buddha, the idol Buddha. So I told him, what is the material you made? So then he asked, sir, you tell me which material. But I could not understand that way. It was made of paper waste. Then colored. Excellent. Then I told, okay, I'll purchase it. And I purchased that. It is still in my house. Beautiful pieces of different types of product, recycled product, they are making. So in that way, what we do is, we are not only making the recycled product by the students, but they gain self-empowerment. That sir or madam has given one work assignment and I have to make a nice thing. They become the environmental leader, environmental stewardship. They bring out the innovation which is within their mind, which is within them. So in that way, this recycled product gives lot of impetus to our students. Next, see, another different types of material. We ask the teachers, put some price tag. So they put 50,000, 100, 200, 500. And whenever this type of event or any other event in the school, those products are displayed. And the guardians or the community, please purchase our product made by our students. And people purchase. And the product, 50,000, 100K, 200K, 500K, and that goes to the student. So students, whenever they get this prize, their face is glowing. Oh, I made one product with the waste material, and that is bringing money. Business, great. Who wants that? Who wants to earn that way from recycled product? Raise your hand. Anybody wants to earn? Yes, raise your hand. How many? Yes, one. Ah, there. Okay. So I know that you could not understand the little better. Then you would have raised hand, everybody. So, yeah?
All the students.
All the students. It is required that you have to have your own passion for making the recycled product. This will give you impetus for doing so many things. And this is the way our students are getting much more knowledge on protection of environment and waste management and circular economy. Can you go ahead? Different types, different countries. Next. Next. This is in Georgia. The same thing is happening. Next. Georgia. Next. Next. These are all India. These are again Georgia and Nepal. Next. These are all Nepal and some India. So, however, there are a number of photos which I have put in the slide. We will not take much time. But I'll tell you to go back. Can you go back? Go back. Go back, go back. You'll find my research. My research. However, you know that I was telling about my innovation. There was something written, say no to plastic. So I thought that this is not the right thing. So I went to the government and I told that why you are writing this. Then they told what has to be done. I told plastic waste management. Then they said, no, how it is possible? I told no. Can you discard your specs? They told no. I told this is plastic. So in that way the chairman said what to do. I told plastic waste management. And this plastic waste management, then he told that okay, can you give me a proposal? And it was in 1999 when nobody was there here. And this is the plastic waste recycling machine I made in 2002 and I applied for this project. I asked for 1 million Indian rupee. And they gave me 9.99 million Indian rupee. And I made this machine. And I got this patent from Government of India. Many of the municipalities, many of the people are making business out of it. So there are some other innovation, but let us drop it now. My submission to all the students, you have innovation within you. Each of you can discover. And I'll request the teachers to please support your students to make different new recycled product. And that will not only engage them, but also that will save the environment. With this, I'll put an end to my lecture, and I must congratulate all the students, teachers and the board member of this school, because you have become the member of this international mission, Catch Them Young, Zero Waste and Circular Economy from today onwards. So let us have a big hand for all of you. And now we will take the oath. Are you interested to take the oath? Yes? Whenever we will take the oath, first the teachers will take the oath. And I will request all the teachers to come on the dais. For taking the oath, we will stretch our hand like this. And whatever I will read, you will read with me. there is one I. So whenever we will say I, then you have to say your name. Like I, Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, and I, your name. For students and for teachers all. So first we will take the oath of the teachers and student will just observe us. Okay? And I'll request teachers